You missed me while I was gone, didn't you? Hello friends, and welcome to my Malvern build vlog. I cannot believe that we are here, we've passed it, it has happened. I think I'm still in shock about the whole darn thing because it was one of the most hectic and stressful and enjoyable and exciting things that I've done, and I can't wait to share with you all about it and like what I got up to, the process of the build, and sort of my final thoughts on it. So that is what's happening in this video today. Before I get into it though, I want to say if you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around and watch more of my videos and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new here, thank you so much for returning. I really appreciate it. Now, let us get into talking about the show garden thing. So first off, I want to say this is the first time that there has been indoor show gardens at Malvern. I guess Chelsea Flower Show, RHS Chelsea, kind of did it first with having the like houseplant studios, but RHS Malvern, this is kind of the first time they have done it. And to be honest, I feel like the spaces we got, it's very different than that of the houseplant studios, and so I was really glad that Green Rooms Markets, Green Rooms Events, who is the one who's in charge of the whole festival of houseplants at Malvern, really pushed to get these show gardens to be a possibility, because like honestly this has been the most exciting thing that I have done in the sort of plant realm since I've been a plant creator. A houseplant content creator, and since this has been my sort of job, it has brought me the most excitement, the most joy, also like quite a lot of stress and anxiety, but that was just because I cared about it so freaking much, and I really wanted to succeed in it if that was possible. So as soon as I found out that they were doing indoor show gardens, judged indoor show gardens, I was like, sign me up, let me apply and get in there. I started my application I think in like October or November of 2024, found out I was doing it in January of 2025, like got accepted, and have been basically working on it since, and it has been an absolute labor of love, and it has been such a joy to do. So without further ado, let's go back 2 weeks of time to me starting the build, and we can go through the entire process together. It's day one setting up my Malvern show garden, and we got up this morning. Joe and I woke up at 5:30 a.m. to pack up the car and make our way from London up to here, and we got here about 10:30 or so. But this is my corner of the world. We have just primed the walls. Joe's still doing along the bottom edge there, which is great, but we've got the reusable dance floor down, which we've rented. We've got some tables and chairs and some like champagne glasses and cutlery and stuff, and then these are my plants. I've got just over 100 houseplants here, varying in sizes from tiny little ditty ones in 6cm pots to massive 45cm pots. And this one is actually one of the prize plants of my show. It's giant, 3 meter tall. It is a giant Ravenella. I'll put a picture of what they look like in the wild, but this is 3 meters. It's massive, and like it kind of goes out in a fan shape. I cannot wait to open it up because like it looks so pretty. But they're related to palms, which is fun. And then we've got some like fiddly fig, some golden pothos, bird of paradise, some lovely ZZs, big monsteras, some peace lilies, palms, some giant mirrors and stuff. And yeah, really excited to get going with this. So, I don't know if it looks like much, but we have painted these walls. I do think they look better, but they're this lovely, like creamy pinkish color. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. It's very hard to pick up, but it's like a lovely creamy pink, like nearly white color. So we finished doing that. They're looking very good, and we're probably gonna head out for the night, to be honest, because we can't really do anything on wet paint. We've been up since 5:30 this morning. It's time to have a chill, have a shower. Oh my god, so sweaty painting. Put our feet up for a little bit. That's the plan. So yeah, day one done. Good morning, friends. It is the start of day 2 of the build. I am actually really loving the walls we painted. So, because it's like OSB, like chipboard, it's got this texture to it, and we were a little bit worried that it would look a bit weird, but I actually kind of like it. Kind of makes it look like a little bit rustic, like it's actually, I don't know, I don't mind it. It'll be what it is. But I have got my 2 window mirrors laid out here, and we're going to probably put those up today. I also like the color kind of matches with these. These are just like outdoor garden mirrors, and I've got Joe on building the arch duty to get that done, so we can figure out where that's going to go before we like drill holes in the wall to put the mirrors up, if that makes sense. I want to make that all set. And also later today I'm going to unveil some plants, and I'm so excited to like actually get them out of their like plastic packaging. That'll be really nice. The first thing I did this morning was build up my planted chandeliers, which honestly, this and doing the table centerpieces was one of my favorite parts of this whole garden design, because I basically just got to play with where the plants go and trying to find a nice composition with them. It really brought out my sort of like art school days, trying to figure out how to balance them with like textures and colors and make it like fit nicely and like have a good height here as well. I was just going to put the hanging ones, but I decided to go in the center with some taller ones like the peace lily and the crocodile fern as well, to really get the like structure of it all the way around, which I think I achieved. Got some Boston ferns sticking out, some ivy, sorry about the noise, a couple peace lilies in there, marble queen pothos hanging down, some marantas, a couple pillias, little calatheas, and I've got some little, where are they? Put some little blue star ferns in down here. A couple little blue star ferns poking out. But really excited because these are going to get hung up above the 2 dining tables that I have there. I've got the other one back there already, but they're going to be hung up and set up like that, which is awesome. I'm so excited. I think they look so good. It's so fun just like playing with plants and creativity and like styling them, basically. It's my favorite thing in the world. End of day 2, and we're feeling really good about everything. Got the arch halfway up. We're going to be building a shelf and got all of the plants into pots. Got a couple trailie boys up and ready, and tomorrow we're going to get the plants in.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Good morning, folks. It is the start of day 3, and this is where we're beginning. The main thing that I want to get done today, well, I mean, I want to get a lot done today, but the thing we need to get done first is getting the shelf that we started on yesterday, which I don't remember if I mentioned it, but basically I need to figure out, or I've had to figure out how to get plants over the arch here at the top, because it looks kind of like half done at the minute. And I've got 4 more golden pothos there to go in. But I needed to figure out how to get them up there safely so they can trail over that. So we've come up with a shelf system that we're going to put a floating shelf up in that corner and hide it behind a panel, and then those pothos can come out over that. But we need to get brackets and stuff for those, so we need to pop to B&Q, and I also need to get some more pots for the big plants, things like the Ravenella, my giant fiddly fig, all of those things. The big boys, they need pots, because all of my plants in this show need pots. And so need to go get some of those, as well as brackets, and maybe some brackets for the hanging planters that I've got here. So that's the next port of call, I think, this morning. And then I'm really excited to start getting the plants into the space today properly and like get it to start looking great. I don't think the chandeliers will be able to be hung up until tomorrow, so that's just gonna have to be, sorry for the banging. Again, this is still a building site. But I think those can come up tomorrow, and then I can work on getting the sort of tables set up. But yeah, that's the plan. I'll take you along with me throughout the day. Good morning on lovely day 4. We are in an amazing place. I've actually got plants in this space, which is so freaking exciting. Oh, I think the first thing I want to do today, or I should do today, because I started untangling the fairy lights. I've got fairy lights to go over the arch there. And so I want to work on that. And then hopefully this morning the chandeliers will get hung. If they get hung, then we can kind of work on like the centerpieces for the middle of the table and like kind of the more finer details a little bit. I'll set the table. Oh my god, basically it's the last full day today, because we get judged tomorrow afternoon, which is crazy. So last full day today, gonna make the most of it, feeling ready to go. It's the end of day 4, guys, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous to show y'all because I think we're very nearly done. I just have the tiniest bits of like finessing to do tomorrow, but it's looking so good. So here we go. It looks so nice. I obviously have a heck of a lot of cleaning and tidying to do, but if we ignore that and pretend the fairy lights are on at the back, guys, it looks just like my mock-up. Like, so similar. Holy cow. I love it. So on day 5, I just had the morning of that Tuesday to do the sort of like final touches, doing like final tweaks. My parents helped me out ironing some more things. We did some napkin folding or tying and like they really helped me get those final things done while I was wiping down all the leaves of the plants, making sure that they were watered and everything was looking as nice as it possibly could before the judging was happening at 12 that day. So I was not filming. I didn't have the capacity to film it. I was just trying to get this done and finished and presentable for the judges to come in. And while the judges were in there, it was like we all just had to like wait outside. No one was allowed to be in the hall while they were judging because we couldn't hear it. It's not allowed. Obviously, they needed to judge it. And so we were all just outside having like picky bits for lunch. We had some drinks and it was like the most nerve-wracking. I think between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. we couldn't do anything. We just had to like wait around and wait for the judges to be finished making their judgings and their decisions. And oh my gosh, it was just like the most nerve-wracking thing. We were all just like bundles of stress because it's something we'd been working so hard on this whole time. I say we because there was 7 other builds going on while I was building mine. I didn't show any of them because I was busy. But all of us, we got to like bond over having this general shared experience of building these gardens and like working together and helping each other out. And it was just like the best. It was the best time. And so we were all just like nervously anticipating the results of all of our hard work. And eventually 5 o'clock rolled around and I'm not going to show you what everybody else got because that's not my place. But here are the results from my show garden.
Absolutely delighted. They'll present you with gold.
And obviously I immediately burst into tears as soon as that news came out that I had won gold. And the man who presented it, he was some sort of chief exec, some sort of high up in the sphere. And so I was very lucky that I got presented my award by him. And I just like immediately started bawling. I think just because, one, that is how I just like always respond to basically any emotion. It's tears. It's like sadness, tears, joy, tears, anger, tears. I'm just a crier. That's just who I am. That's how I was on my wedding day. Like, no matter what, it's just like tears. And I think because at that moment, like, I think while I'm so glad I got gold, I think I could have been happy with less as well. But like, and I would have cried regardless, just because it was such a release of emotion, knowing that like we were done, it's happened, we'd completed it, and we made it, we got there, and like I feel so lucky to have gotten a gold medal. Like I'm still quite in shock about it. Here, let me pull it out. I still have it, obviously. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna freaking frame it and put it on my wall. Look at that. My gold medal. Oh. which I'm so freaking proud of. But I'm absolutely gonna frame this because it's just like but yeah, it's like, it is just extremely surreal that I was able to do the whole thing. I am so incredibly proud of myself for making this whole thing happen. And like, obviously I had a lot of help with Joe, who helped me through the entire build and supported me through all of my stress and anxiety for the past few months. I feel like I'm doing an acceptance speech. I'm not, but like, I need to thank him because he did so much for me during this time. My parents, who flew out from California to help me and to see the show, like, huge thank you to them, as well as House of Kojo for supplying the amazing plants for the show, Ivy Line for the pots, Grow Gang for the light bulbs, and Zoosh for the paints in this whole thing. Like, I couldn't have done it without any of them, and they made it possible for this to happen. But like, aside from supplies and a little bit of like manual labor help, this was me. And like, I have so much pride in myself for making this happen. Like, this is my brainchild. This is like, it came from me designing the whole thing and spending hours on like the like planning software and writing things up, and Joe helped me with the writing as well because he's a much better writer than I am, to like putting the plants in, finally making sure I had all the supplies and everything. Like, I am so incredibly proud of myself. Like, it's just so amazing, and like, I'm tearing up now, obviously, because that's who I am. And like, even just like watching back the footage of me building the garden at the very end, I can see the sort of pride and relief I have at the end, even before the medal. It's just like, this was one of the most special, exciting things that I've been able to do within the houseplant career journey. And the actual show bit was super fun as well. It was so great to like see and meet so many of you all who came out to see it, and I got to speak to loads of people. Honestly, also my parents manned my booth and like told everyone and like sang my praises for a good chunk of the show, which was so necessary because I was freaking exhausted. I'm still recovering mentally from the like intensity of the last 2 weeks, because like, I had 5 whole days of of building, like full 12-hour days, like 8 a.m. to 8 at night or later, but I was also waking up at disgusting o'clock because I was anxious, and going to bed late as well, and so like long days, and then 5 full days of like show. And so it's just like chaos, and my whole battery is just like drained absolutely. And so we're slowly recovering on that, and I'm trying to take as much time as I possibly can and like give myself grace in that, because I need it, because I'm still not quite functioning as a full human being yet. I also was able to get some potential inquiries or leads to potentially be a florist alternative for people's weddings. A few people want me to do their weddings house planted up. Like, instead of hiring a florist, they would hire me, which is awesome and scary, that I now like get to go do that. Like, I'm super excited about it, and I really, really want to do it. It's just a bit nerve-wracking because like weddings are people's like one special day, and I don't want to muck it up, and so it's a little bit scary to do that. And so hopefully that goes well. If you know anyone getting married and they want houseplants at their wedding instead of florals in the UK specifically, let me know, and I can help with that. I'm really excited to go on that path. But yeah, it was just, this whole thing has just been a crazy step in a new direction that I, like, this time last year I had no, like, who would have thought that this is where I would be, a freaking RHS gold medal winner. which is amazing. I've absolutely had the best time. I also want to say, if you want to like see more about like show content, I didn't film any show content of like the other show gardens or the stalls around or anything like that. I did not have the capacity to do it. So if you do want to go see more about like the festival as a whole, I would highly recommend you go watch Memo's video on it, House Plenty Goodness, because he did a whole video doing like a whole tour of the whole thing. And also Claire, the Jungle Havens video, she's done a video similar to this one where she vlogged the build of hers, but then she's also gone through and like talked about each of the different show gardens and stuff, which is more than I did. So props to her. Go watch that. I will link them below in the description if you want to go watch those next. Highly recommend. And also if you want to see what I got from the festival, my little haul, that was my last video, so go check that out as well. Again, I will link it down below. But otherwise, I'm back, and I'm looking forward to where this takes us. Because who knows what I'll be doing this time next year. I could be like, I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing content. I hope, knock on wood, because I do absolutely love doing this. But I think I'm expanding. I'm expanding, which is exciting. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. Also, a huge thank you to everyone who like followed along with the journey in this, who voted on my Instagram polls on which bits to use and whatever. I really appreciate it. Also, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for being here. I genuinely couldn't have done any of this without this as a platform. So thank you for being here and existing and supporting me in that. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up down below and leave a comment on other House Plenty things you'd like me to talk about in the future, and subscribe for more. I really appreciate it. Again, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to keep growing. Bye!